Welcome back, Knights of Apollo. What's up, guys? It's Apollo here, and welcome back to another online battle for Thrones of Britannia. So this is a 3 vs 3 siege battle, and I currently have it paused because it starts off right away. It's really fast, which is great because I love seeing siege battles be really explosive, straight to the point, straight to the juicy killing, you know what I mean? But another reason I kept it paused is because I do have an announcement. I started a podcast a couple months ago. It's called the Polishing Podcast. It's with my good friend Nico, and we talk about video games. We talk about really whatever is on our mind. So check it out. It's a pretty chill podcast. There's a link to it down below. So yeah, we're still gonna keep it paused here as we go through the armies and army comps because again, I don't want to miss any of the juicy killing. So this is gonna be, well, here's the settlement. It's a really awesome settlement. Unfortunately, there's no ships here, which is a bit tragic. I want to see a little, I always got to see a little beach landing for the Thrones of Britannia. But let's go ahead and start with the defenders here, and you're going to see why this is going to be such a challenging assault. So we have Kirkin, basically Scotland, and they've got crossbows. Not every faction has crossbows, but they have crossbows, and they're going to be very, very deadly and difficult to deal with. They're very good at, obviously, penetrating armor, but, you know, if they use them too early and they focus the fire on the siege towers, you know, these siege towers can soak up a lot of ammo, so we'll see how they play out. But yeah, he's got swords and spears and all that good jazz in the back. Now, his ally over here is the Welsh. Now, the Welsh have it... They've got an ungodly amount of archers, which are going to be tough to deal with, which are conveniently, most of them are located over here, watching over, which actually looks pretty cool. You know, I just love the siege settlements in this game. The fact that there's so many like really cool places you can put your soldiers, and it's such a good game for siege battles for sure. If you're into the siege battles, that, I mean, most of you guys are. But anyways, yeah, they've got a lot of archers, and then we have Dyflin, and I have a very close connection to Dyflin because of the campaign that's going on. That's close to the end. So Dyflin, not great with archers, but they've got fantastic soldiers, warriors, that are going to be great for close range combat. Let's go ahead and look at the attackers now. So the attackers, we got 2 East Angle, and I know it's not pronounced Angle, it's like Engel or something. I don't know. I doubt that's even close. But they're kind of like a Viking hybrid faction. It's Danelaw type unit, or faction, excuse me. They've got a lot of Danelaw spears. They have a catapult to bring down those walls. We also have some mailed archers in the back and some cav in the back as well. And then if we go over to the other Danelaw faction as well, they're very similar army, bringing a lot of archers though. These guys are pretty good too. Look at that, heavily armored, got the beautiful beards there, very nice, and a lot more catapults. So they're gonna be relying a lot on skirmishing, which is gonna be tough for the defenders. But also the attackers, you know, you can't rely too much on one thing because it could be dangerous. You know, you could lose all your, you know, if you lose all your archers, you're kind of screwed. And then we have the English. We have Wessex over here, who are fighting for England. And they're a very good balanced army. They don't have as good as warriors compared to like the Viking factions, but they've got really good archers and really good, especially cav. Though cav is not a huge... I mean, sometimes they can be effective in these types of battles, but let's press play. Enough talky. Let's get on with the slaughter. So if you see here, yeah, the Danelaw faction, they're going to open fire right away, pepper down the lowland crossbowmen. And now we also have the catapult. Oh, just ripping through the defenses. And you can see already he is falling back his archers and most of his soldiers, getting them out of range, because that's a losing fight. Even though he has the advantage of the wall, the catapults are going to take away that advantage, and he could lose a lot of troops just standing there. You could already see the first casualties of this battle. Sucks to be them. And then we've got the swordsman over here and shield wall, you know, taking cover here. Look at this. So awesome. I love this shield wall. It looks so good. And then we head back over here, and look at this. He's retreating a ton of his forces all the way back to the center of the defense, which is a little risky because, of course, the new mechanic in Thrones of Britannia, where if you leave too much of your defense or your settlement undefended, the attacking soldiers can burn down the buildings, and that will affect your settlement damage, which will affect the stats of your units. Over here, it's a little bit slower approach. You can see he's still bringing down the walls. In fact, he's already brought down some walls. The gate is at 18%, so the gate's able to withstand a lot of that catapult fire. And here comes the English. Here comes Wessex. Look at these guys getting hit hard with arrows, but they keep moving forward. If you're going through hell, you just keep pushing, right? You just keep going until you're out of it. There they go. They're going to keep going. They've got the gate, the ram ready to go. Mostly spears in this front push here. Usually, I like to go with swords or axemen to go in first, but good God, these guys are dropping quick. You can see of them just like, remember me. Oh, this guy, look at this. Oh, these death animations, man. I love the fact that they're moaning and they don't instantly die. Look at this guy. He's just like, take me, Jesus. Take me. All right, so here comes more of the soldiers coming in, and the drawbridge is down, and they're going to charge in and just mass up some troops. Always reminds me of Mountain Blade Warband with those big medieval siege battles. It's always the funnest to open up that drawbridge and just charge in. More and more of these soldiers pushing through over here. And Wessex is going pretty aggressive. They're being very aggressive here, but I don't think it's... I think their timing as an alliance is not too bad. Here comes some swordsmen as well. And the Welsh don't have fantastic infantry. They've got some pretty good spears, but they're much better with the archers. But look at this. Kirakin is sending over reinforcements. So if we look at the map here, they're getting double teamed by the Welsh and Kirakin. The crossbows as well are firing. Oh my God. They are firing as well along with these archers over here. That is insane. That is so much. Like, Kirakin needs to make sure to save some of that ammo because they still have to deal with their opposing side, which of course is this faction who's got nothing standing in their way. The Vikings are ashamed. They're like, I want to enter Valhalla. And actually, you know what? I think a lot of them were Christian. I don't know. I don't know at this point. I bet some were Christian. Some were still holding on to the Norse religion. But yeah, look at them scaling the walls here. Looks fantastic. I always got to get my screenshots here. And I just save them, put them up on Steam. But let's go to over to the other side. Let's see what's happening with this faction. Again, they're taking a slower approach. They've got some spears and shield wall. They're trying to open the gate. The gate is at 73% gate damage, so it's almost destroyed. But we do have some soldiers pushing up here, ready to take on Dyflin. Dyflin also moving back. Oh, no. They're moving back towards the defense, which is good. I'm glad Dyflin is not retreating like Kirakin. You got to defend this settlement. Here they come. They're going to charge in, but these guys are now retreating. What are they doing? Why? Oh, now they're pushing for the gates. Oh no, don't do this. Oh, the oil. The ungodly amount of oil burning these men to their deaths. They even have what are they doing? They have a ram and they're gonna use their infantry? What in the world? You're wasting men. Oh no, just use the ram. Just wait. Oh, that's tragic. That is very tragic. Oh no. Wessex, they're starting to break here. They're going to have to send up some more units, and they've got to get their ally. Like, this faction needs to save Wessex. They need to get up here and support them in this fight because they are getting double teamed. Now Kirakin using some of their arrows and archers to fire down at the berserkers who are charging in. We got some berserkers right here. Elite Axe Infantry Tier 3. They're going to be a big mess to deal with. And Kirakin is now sending over some infantry to face them. And we might get a little infantry charge here between the two forces. Let's see, the two armies. They're both like the same shade of blue too, so it's really confusing. There we go, berserkers going in, doing what berserkers do best, but they're taking on the King's Blades, which is a really good elite sword infantry. And here comes a flank though. Look at this flank. They're going to surround the berserkers, but that's okay. That's what they like. They want to be surrounded. They want to die, and they want to feast and drink with Odin in Valhalla. Oh, but look at this counter flank. It's the outflank of the flank. They're going to charge in, and hopefully sees the opportunity, maybe be one of the lucky ones and die in today's battle, and like I said, feast in Valhalla. Wessex now really pushing in a lot of troops, using that manpower to break down the Welsh. Kierkein also has some troops in the front line as well, and this is just a monster of a siege battle, guys. Really nasty. Over back this way, look at them. Look at all of these guys that are breaking. What are they doing? Oh my god. This is really, really bad for the attackers. Why are they not using their siege towers? They've got to get those siege towers up to the walls. They've got... Well, they used the ram, right? But oh my god, look how many died here. They've lost so many troops, and now the attackers are outnumbered by the defenders. And I'm rooting for the attackers at this point. You know, they need a miracle. It's looking really good over here. Look at the massive break here. The Berserkers and the Axemen are just too much for Kierkein, and this is why I was really surprised that they gave up those walls so quickly instead of holding them at the walls where they stood a better chance. They've fallen back, and now they're getting outflanked. They're dealing with Berserkers. Now we got some oh look, he's even had some horsemen coming around the flank. And you know what's funny? Let me do some slow motion here as this goes on. The archers really starting to burning down this tree, trying to go for it looks like the defender's catapult and enemy archers. That looks so sick with the burning tree over there. I love that. But yeah, this faction over here is struggling really bad, but the same faction that's over here is just killing it. And he is bringing hope to the attacker's success here. So let's continue to press play. It's going to still be a very difficult fight for these attackers, but thanks to this player over here is leading. Alright, sorry guys, I just encountered a crash. And Thrones of Britannia does not like when subscribers send in replays. They always crash. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it doesn't crash again, because it's a real pain to have to fast forward and go back to the same exact spot. But anyways, we've got now the Welsh sending in their longbows. So that's telling me that the Welsh are, they've used up a lot of their ammo on Wessex, and I assume most of those arrows went to waste because they went after the siege towers. But yeah, big brawl over here. We might want to see this faction spread out. I'm just going to call them East Angle. I don't even care. East Angle, they need to send out their troops and probably defend this flank over here as well. Their archers need to keep on firing, which I believe most of their archers are right here. Keep on firing. Take out this catapult. Take it out. Burn it. Use fire arrows. Burn it to the ground. Burn them all. He's got even more troops over here. He's got his catapults over here, which they need to knock down this wall to push them up. But yeah, they're starting to break though. Starting to waver. He needs to spread out his archers as well. His infantry's tired. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's up to these Berserkers. They've got to cut through the Welsh. Wessex is starting to overwhelm this wall defense, so they need to break through as well, and they need to join forces. Wessex and East Angle, they need to join up and support each other. But over here, this is gonna be rough. I mean, what is he doing with these siege towers? He needs to get the siege towers to the walls. Instead, he's just getting off the siege towers, and the ram. What in the world, man? Use these on the walls. If he could just scale the walls, he could flank around and get behind all these troops that are holding him at this wall. But this is going to be brutally tough for this force. It's going to be nasty. They're going to lose a lot of men here, if not their entire army, before their allies can push through, hopefully push through. And the Berserkers are just going on a full rage here, trying to break through. They're on roid rage. The enemy general is dead. Whoa. They sniped him with archers? Kierke's general is dead, and that's going to cause a huge mass rout amongst the ranks, because in this game especially, losing your general, in any Total War game it's bad, but especially in Thrones, it is really bad. And Kierke's not going to last. Their army's going to be spent here, and that's exactly what Wessex needs, because they're going to need some fresh troops, very fresh troops, for this final stand. They're mostly going to be killing Dyflin here. Now, here's the thing that this faction, this player can do to really help out his team, because right now he's not killing these guys, right? It's just not happening. Well, if he really takes his time and causes a lot of the Dyflin soldiers to just stay here and have to deal with these guys, then maybe his allies can come around and get behind these guys. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I think they're mass retreating right now, guys. This is over. The battle is over in this area. Still got the gate going, so you gotta watch out for that. He almost got his general burnt up there. That would have been really bad. Oh no, look at this. Dyflin sending over some mailed horsemen. Dyflin's not done yet. They're gonna send over their troops and try to run down Wessex. They're trying to prevent them from getting the gate. Dyflin's got to keep moving though. Keep going with those cycle charges. I really like the fact that Dyflin, you know, he's got things set over here. He's not really having to micromanage too much, so he can send over the cav and start doing hammer and anvil and start running down the English, Wessex. Wessex still has a lot of troops left. He still has archers, which are going to be key to the final stand of this battle. And look at all of the troops preparing for the final stand. It's going to be awesome. Got the Dyflin Spear Guard. We have Welsh Mailed Swordsman, which I believe is like one of the best swordsmen. We've got the General over here. It's going to be awesome. Really cool defense, too. It's three choke points they have to defend. 1, 2, and 3. But we'll see how this plays out. Will they wait? Here's the question, guys. Will the attackers wait? Wait, they still don't have the gate? Oh, they're burning down. Oh, my God. They're burning down the retreating force. That's so annoying. Why are they charging them? Don't even worry about it. But yeah, they need to quickly either save their allies, support him, because they're going to need his troops for this final stand. But oh my God, they're actually breaking through. This is a miracle. I honestly did not expect this. Maybe because the troops here are pretty weak, but Dyflin is struggling against these attacking forces. My God. You know, I just think it's the skill of the infantry, of the attacking infantry. Maybe they had a lot more money, but the defenders are having a tough time dealing with the infantry of the attackers. Now the archers are letting loose some arrows, trying to soften up, going for a good old general snipe. You know, who has honor when you play these games, right? You go for the general, you go for the victory. But he's got a barricade, which is nice. You can put up some archers up here. But I don't know why he's forming a shield wall right here. His flank is exposed to the archers over on the other side. I think he should just form shield walls right at the gaps here, which he is setting up some herdmen here as some berserkers prepare to line up, prepare to assault. Maybe they're waiting for their ally, which I assume is what's happening. Oh my God, poor guys. Just give them the gate. Just give it to them. All right, they've lost enough lives trying to attack this gate. I mean, could you imagine if this player actually used his siege towers and his ram? He would have wiped out Dyflin. Dyflin would be gone. But instead, Dyflin racked up a ton of kills. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's all his cav. Okay, I thought it was like a huge force of berserkers. I'd be like, that would be amazing. But yeah, Dyflin's wiped out, and they haven't charged yet. I think they're all waiting for their final ally to get through here and push, so they can attack on all fronts. Let's see. No, nobody's going this way. Oh wait, no, maybe the English are. Royal Thanes marching in a very tight formation. It's pretty cool. Push, men, push. The battle is almost over. There we go. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. They destroyed the barricade. And now Wessex is falling back. He might let these berserkers charge in. He's losing lives, though. I'd just go at this point. Just go in and charge. They're not even defending these choke points. Instead, they'd rather defend one choke point, which is really long, though. But they've got plenty of troops stacked up here. Do they still have archers? It seems like they didn't use their archers sparingly. They kind of used their archers really aggressively early on, and now most of them don't have ammo, or they died in the outskirts of the town. What is he waiting for? You've got to go in and charge. Just attack that shield wall. Just go in. Maybe they're waiting for these men to go to the center. Again, they're still waiting for their allies, but, you know, the allies taking his sweet time. He's taking his sweet time. Maybe he's letting his troops rest up a little bit. This is going to be a close finish, guys. Let's look at the numbers. The attackers only outnumbered the defenders by about 800 men, which is not a ton. Also, they've got the catapults over here, which they abandoned. Instead of knocking down the walls, unless they're out of ammo. They could be out of ammo. But they should have just knocked down the walls and moved up the catapults. I mean, could you imagine catapults hitting all these troops right here? It'd be insane. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think the commanders have given the order. And the troops are ready to attack. Mailed Thanes pushing up. Come on, go. Charge. Give them hell. So all these players being very passive. Here we go. They're charging in. And then he's using his crossbows to prevent any, I guess, charge bonus, I assume. Just get them in there. Just go. Be wild. Just kill them all. Kill them all. What is this guy doing? He should just push up his troops. He might as well push up his forces. Here we go. Here comes England. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Charge. Your troops are fresh. And they're getting harassed by archers. Close in the gap. Make them risk friendly fire. What is he doing? Wessex, what formation is this? Come on. This final, look at this. This is epic battle line though. This is an epic battle line. The final stand. The stand to end all stands. They're taunting each other at this point. They're like, you will die. Look at the English just posting up right here. I love that. That is so sick. I mean, it's cool. I don't think this is sound strategy, but it's cool to see them like, you know, like right in each other's faces. There we go. There they go. They're charging in now. Look at them. It's almost like the Wessex was kind of shielding the archer fire. And here comes a huge blob of berserkers. Wessex needs to charge in now as well. They're sending in their axes, trying to get a charge bonus, trying to break down the shield wall. Here comes the ally as well. So maybe that's another reason why they took so long. They're waiting for the ally. Oh my god. Get in there. Kill them all. Come on. God will recognize his own. Odin will recognize his own. So the final stand of the siege battle underway. There we go. Now all of the gaps have been filled. And it's going to be just a battle of brute force, guys. A battle of brute force. Don't really like this formation at all. This is really bad. You got to spread out your troops. I get it. He's trying to overwhelm one flank, but this is just way too many troops, and it's a really good target for archers. He's got to be careful. I like how Wessex has got his reserve and shield wall, you know, preventing any archer fire deaths. He might have to send in more troops, though. And we've got to get this guy. Dude, you got to get your infantry up there. Bounce of power. See, look at the kills now. It's still about the same, which is not good for the defenders. The defenders need to start to turn this one. They've got to start killing more than they are losing, obviously. Here comes another wedge formation. What is this, berserkers? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get these berserkers up there. More and more troops coming around this way. Oh, wait, what is he doing? Is he breaking? Why are they fleeing? Why are they falling back? Let them fight to the death. I guess he wants to get those berserkers in there, but he risks losing these Danelaw spearmen. You might as well just leave them in. Here we go, more troops charging in. Here comes the berserkers. Oh, so awesome. And this total war is actually closest to actual sized battles from this time period, which is really cool to think that the numbers we see here is actually pretty close to the kind of numbers you would see in that time period. So it really brings the history to life. But let's look at the wavering here. The Welsh are starting to waver, but it's still just, it looks like two deadly forces going at it. But the balance of power is looking really good for the attackers. And the attackers are starting to get an advantage. It's just there's no archers. There's no archers to support him here. He does have some crossbows, but they're out of ammo. My God. What a beautiful sight. What a gorgeous sight. Here comes more axemen charging in. Just doing some cycle charges. Just send them in. Not like this, but I mean, like, send them in when they're low. They just got, if they can find one spot to break through, and here's a really cool bird's eye view. Look at that. Oh my God, that is so cool. You see that shield wall right in the center? That looks so awesome. Got some troops in the back jumping up, just trying to see what's going on. There we go. Dyflin's starting to break. Wessex starting to break over here as well. They've got to send in more troops, which they are. His ally needs to push up some troops as well. Woo. This faction right here, pretty crazy. Here we go, more and more fresh troops. I think Wessex might be committing most of their reserves over here. There's 4 minutes left in the battle replay. So we will see an end to this in 4 minutes, which is actually kind of surprising considering how many troops are left. But it looks like the center is starting to waver over here for Dyflin and the Welsh. Once again, this beautiful view of the battle. Steady, everyone! Kirakin setting in their crossbows, but they're breaking. Can they go this way? Is there a path? Jump down the rocks. Flank around. The general going in for a charge. They're starting to run out of troops, but there's some troops wavering over here. One of them routing. We might see a chain rout over here, which would be huge for the defenders. I don't know, though. I just don't think the defenders have enough. They're outnumbered by so many troops. It used to be like 800. Now they're outnumbered by more than 1,000. It's just the quality of the attacking forces are just too much for these defenders. If only they had more archers, if they had a catapult. I mean, could you imagine a catapult hitting this right here? It would destroy them. It'd be over. But I think the defenders did not do a great job of managing their resources, their archers and their catapults for the late game, because that's where it's most important. The late game is always when everybody just YOLO charges in and just tries to settle this once and for all. Unless they have a lot of archers, then they'll sit back and skirmish you to death. Which is another reason why, as a defender, you need to make sure you have archers in the late game, and as an attacker. But I see the defenders are barely hanging on by a thread. They can't last much longer. Look at the berserkers are just they're full of drugs and they're just psychedelics, and they're ready to just go in and have no care in the world for their own good. They just want to kill people. What a world we live in. Aren't humans fantastic? Just so violent. Isn't it great? Instead of just living in peace and working towards, like traveling in space in a clean energy source, and no, we're just gonna kill each other. Don't you love crony capitalism? Isn't it great? Okay, sorry. But yeah, the forces, there's just no way, guys. Defenders are getting pushed back, and look at the carpet of dead over here. Look at this. Look at that, all the carnage. Uh-oh. Center's breaking, but that's all right. Wessex has plenty more troops where that came from. This faction throwing in more troops. I like the fact he's being smart about his reserves. I give him that. Hold! I really wish he spread out his forces here. Probably could have killed this defense much quicker if he spread them out. I mean, there's so many Berserkers left, and Berserkers are just so good at bringing down battle lines. You know, you mix them in with normal infantry, and there's no stopping them. You've got to kill the Berserkers with the archers. You know, you got to kill them from afar, because up close, those Berserkers are going to they're going to destroy you. They're going to destroy you. Oh my god, look at these Berserkers just carefree charging into this front line, killing these Dyflin soldiers. Oh, there we go. They're routing. Multiple routes going on. More and more soldiers pushing up. Mailed Thanes going in. Oh, the center is breaking. The defense will soon be falling to the power of the English and a Viking like hybrid faction thing. Oh, Dyflin's done. His general is breaking. It's down to the Welsh, and the Welsh just do not have enough. And that's going to be it, folks. That's going to be the battle. The defense is over. Defenders never win. And, wow. I'm surprised the attackers got that one, especially watching the struggle over here. But, I want to say the player was able to recover from this and help his team out very nicely. So I don't want to be too harsh or anything. We're all, we're all learning the game. It's all for fun, really, guys. But let's end this replay. And whew, what a battle. What an ending fight. Wessex, well, let's see. His axemen did great. Spears, not so much, but that was the first unit to go in, so you got to give him some slack. But I'm kind of surprised by the kills. It's not that great, but I think his axemen, his archers doing decent. Some of the swordsmen doing really well. His general doing really well. So that's really what carried the weight for Wessex. And by the way, it was sent in by the player who's playing Wessex, Saint Alas. I'm not going to pronounce it right. So thank you, man, though, for the battle replay. I believe this was the player who did really well, the one who broke through Kirkin really quickly. Look at the Berserkers, 852 kills. Are you kidding me? That's insane. That is an ungodly amount of kills. And that unit alone won the day for him. How many kills did he get? Yeah, he got, whoa. Wait, hold. Oh my God, there needs to be a limit on Berserkers. Look at all these Berserkers. That is insane. I don't even know. I can't tell who was the guy struggling at the wall, but they both did well. Look at all the kills they got. So I take back what I say. Kirkin really struggled there. Not getting that many kills. He really lost a lot of troops. That's why I think he should have fought for the walls, dealing with those Berserkers. Those crossbows need to focus fire on the Berserkers. The Welsh doing the best. Not getting anything amazing with his longbows, but some of his spears and swordsmen doing well. And then Dyflin getting the least amount of kills. How is that? It's probably because of the gate killing most of the enemy forces. But GG to everyone. That was a really cool finish. I really enjoyed that one. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, share, and of course, subscribe for more epic battles. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.